This is one of the most beautiful covers on a seed catalog I have ever seen, and they always do some kind of beautiful art on the front of their catalogs. It's pretty incredible. It's a very, very soft paper too, which is really nice. It's like I always have trouble with papers. Okay, this is a really sweet message over here to your valued customer and gardening friends. And then it tells you how to order, gives you a little index, garden planner. This talks about some of the seed growers. There's Virginia Tree Farm, Wild Plum Farm, more about ordering, guarantee, some other information. That's nice. Wow, lots of colors. Seed storage, the Safe Seed Pledge. Ooh, all right. Seeds. Let's see, artichoke. I've never really eaten an artichoke that I enjoyed. I've only eaten one though. We cooked it up and we dipped it in some kind of a butter sauce we made, and I just was not a fan. No offense to others that enjoy their artichokes. Snap beans on a bush plant. You can do bush or vining, but I've heard bush has a better yield, so I don't know. Blue Lake bush. I think these ones seem to be ones that I've heard a lot about, although this one, Contender, also called Buff Valentine. That's interesting. So this is a 55-day, there's a 49-day, 53-day, Gold Rush Yellow Wax, that's a 52-day, that one looks pretty interesting actually. A Maxibel, 55, Provider 48, with a name like Provider, you know. Ooh, Tanya's Pink Pod. That one catches my eye. That's beautiful. That's a really, really pretty one. All right, Tanya's Pink Pod, 60 days. Romano type beans from a Sport of Sequoia. Flat pods are a lovely mottled green and phosphorescent pink. Pink color fades when cooked. That is unfortunate, but not uncommon for some of these pretty colors. Alright, I think that is definitely one that I would do. That's lovely. These are pole and cornfield snap beans. So there's a black seeded Kentucky Wonder. There's a Cherokee cornfield, or a genuine cornfield. That's interesting. The 83 days, 75 days, 58 days. Well, if we have a 60-dayer here, I don't know that I'd want them all coming on at the same time. 83 days is the furthest out from her. Colombian, or possibly of pre-Columbian origin, one of the oldest beans cultivated by the, I know how to say that. I'm going to forget. Iroquois. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. I think it's Iroquois, who used it as a corn soup bean and bread bean. In the Cayuga Iroquois dialect, its name means wampum bean. It is shade tolerant, an old favorite for growing with corn. Straight 5 to 7 inch pods, gray-brown seeds with brown mottles and stripes. Best harvested before seeds filled pods. Strong pods are tender, even in the shelly stage. Produces very well during high heat. That's nice. A valuable variety for keeping the nitrogen in your corn patch. I think this is definitely the one that I would get, because then I've got these pretty pink ones coming on in, about 60 days, and then at about 83 days, so a few weeks out, we could have that, and I think that would be a good complement for each other, so I like those. Alright, here's some more beans. These ones are Grandma and Nellie's yellow mushroom beans. That's an interesting name, isn't it? 56 days. This is a Hensley 67. Ideal Market 55. Kentucky Wonder Old Homestead 66. Those are pretty. This is Amanda Wander up here, 60 to 70 days. It's new to them. NT Half Runner, 73. Rattlesnake, 56. Now, I have friends that grow the rattlesnake, and they say it is fantastic. You get a lot of beans. It just does really well. That's a good one, but I do have some rattlesnake bean seeds already. Selma Zesta. Oh, those look pretty. 54 days. Heirloom from the J.C. Metz or Metzi family of Newberry, South Carolina, offered by Parks Seeds in the 1960s. Rattlesnake type. Lovely olive green pods speckled with purple. Tasty pods at any stage. Even when large, the seeds remain small in the pods for a long time. It is the meat of the bean that thickens, giving you a real mouthful. Small beans are excellent eaten raw. Older, thicker beans make a great meat substitute in vegetarian meals. Okay, I like the sound of that one. I myself eat plant-based, and that just sounds delightful. Sparkman cut short, 70 days. Turkey craw, 67. Purple potted pole beans, those are just beautiful. Louisiana purple pod, 51 days. Those are really pretty dark purple. I like those. Oh, the pods are bright purple and turn green when cooked, which is a blanched indicator. So unfortunately, they don't stay purple when cooked, but they're still beautiful, and they'd be so easy to spot when you're out picking them on the plant, because sometimes with plants that are both green with a green fruit, however you want to call them, it can be hard to find them all. This is a Teppery bean. Those are beautiful. Asparagus beans, these are long beans. They can be very, very long. Chinese red noodle. Those are beautiful. Those are so pretty. These ones are a green pod red seed, and they're beautiful. Purple potted up here. This is the Taiwan black. White Galaxy. Liana Yancheng. I think if I was going to pick one, I like the Chinese red noodle, I think. That is pre-1860, 24 to 26 inch green pods are tender to 18 inches. And that means if you pick them before they get past 18 inches, they should be nice and tender. 18 inch, these are really long beans. Pink red seeds, always a reliable. trouble-free variety that is excellent for the home garden. I mean, those just sound really good. I love the color green. It is indeed, I think, my favorite color. But I really do like a variety of color in my plants, so it's fun to get things like this. Alright, these are drying beans, and I like drying beans because I eat a lot of beans. Alright, these are bush plants. This is a Honduran small red, 90 days. Jacob's cattle, 86. Those are interesting. They're kind of not quite speckled. Jamapa beans, 80 to 85. Those are beautiful. Let's see. Kibarka. And if you've ever been plant or seed shopping, you will know that there are a lot of interesting names, and it's very difficult to say them all correctly unless you are in the industry, so bear with me. This is a Quincy Pinto, 90 days. I'm very, very fond of pinto beans, and if you've never had a cranberry pinto bean and you like beans, you are missing out. They are delicious. They're a little bit bigger and more tender than a regular pinto bean, and they cook up faster, and they're just slightly sweeter. And not to say they're sweet, but they just kind of lean that way, and they're delicious. These are a small red, 75 days. Tiger Eye, 55 days. Fresh shell bean, 80 days to a dry bean. Heirloom from Chile, Argentina. A versatile bean can be used 3 ways. When young, it's a snap bean, green to light yellow. When the pods fill, it makes a great fresh shelling bean. Beans are mostly white at this stage, and when fully mature, it's a dried bean with colors like a tiger's eye, orange and maroon stripes. The beans have a wonderful rich flavor and smooth texture. The tender skin disappears in cooking. Well, I think that sounds amazing. Very, very fascinating, in my opinion. So, that would be my choice. Definitely that one. That one's pretty amazing. Hopefully, it would taste good. Edamame or soybeans. I know a lot of people like eating edamame, and honestly, I've never gotten into it. They have a Lanco at 90 days. They have a moon cake. That sounds cool. At 92 days. Unusually tall stalks, 5 to 6 feet. That is tall. Help plants outgrow the weeds. Large seeded pods, bred for taste, flavor, and nutrition. Soybean maturity group. Tanya, 68 days. Great flavor and texture. Concentrated pod set means you can harvest whole plants at once. 2-foot plants. That's interesting too. But I probably wouldn't eat it, so I don't think I'd grow it. There's lima beans, which I don't have a lot of experience eating. There's bush limas at 65 days. Henderson at 61 days. Jackson Wonder, 66 days. Nemagreen or Nema Green at 62. Thorgreen at 60. Who looks interesting, huh? Oh, this Ford hook kind of looks interesting. I'm seeing multiple colors here. 1945 USDA Beltville, Indiana, AAS winner. The standard lima from middle and northern latitudes, where it bears well in warm years. Plants have dense foliage and are heat and drought resistant. Thick 4-inch pods have 3 to 5 flat greenish white seeds with a nut-like flavor. I like that. I do. I think that would be my choice. Definitely. Alright. Pole Limas. Alabama Black Eye, 85 days. Aubrey Dean, 87. Christmas, which is a large speckled calico, 84. Zahope Yellow, 80. King of the Garden at 88. That's interesting. Calico caught my eye though because I love calico cats, and I know that's strange, but word association. Dependable and flavorful. A high yielder under hot, humid conditions. Seeds are about the size of a quarter. That is big. 5 to 6 long pods. Full flavored seed is an attractive cream color with irregular red stripes. Use fresh or dried. Yep, I like this one. Fava beans. I don't know that I've ever eaten a fava bean. Let's see. Broad Windsor. Nice looking. Big bean. Sweet Lorraine. This one's 85 or 95 days. We're at 85 here. This Sieva. It's a nice white one. That's 82. Violet multicolored butter beans. Okay, guys. That's beautiful. The willow leaf colored. Oh, that's beautiful too. Golly. Alright. You guys see that? See how pretty those are? My goodness. Alright. Let's see. 80 to 90 days. Banks County, Georgia. Saved by 4 generations of Violet Brady Westbrook's family. Introduced 2009 by SESE. A rainbow of seed colors. Creams, beige, red brown, and violet purple with speckles and swirls. Small seeds have great flavor. Good, fresh, or dried. 3 to 5 inch pods. Good disease and drought resistant. Okay. Oh my goodness, that sounds heavenly. Willow leaf colored 80 days from Dr. James Wolfe via David Bradshaw. Rainbow mix of colors in different shades of white, beige, tan, red, and purple. Some plain, some speckled. Narrower leaves than most limas. More like a willow tree. Oh, goodness. Oh, I can't choose. We're gonna circle both. Those are fantastic. They sound beautiful. Beautiful and delicious. Alright, we have greasy beans. That's an interesting name for a food. Greasy beans are a southern Appalachian specialty, mostly found in southeast Kentucky and western North Carolina. The pods have a shiny, hairless look to them, hence greasy. The hairless pods keep fresh longer. Old-timers love them for their great texture and flavor. We'll tell you that any bean that doesn't have to be stringed isn't worth eating. Interesting. Alright, we have a Cherokee greasy, 72 day, and a Grady Bailey greasy, 80 day. Well, I think with what I already picked, I would have enough beans. So I think I'll skip these this time, but this is interesting. Something to definitely take note of for the future. We have runner beans. We have a scarlet runner. That is a 68 day. Pretty flowers, goodness. But I think we're good on beans. Southern peas, black-eyed peas, and edible potted. See page 35. So we'll run into some more of these in a bit. All right, these are beets. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't like beets. I just don't. If you do, that's fantastic. They're very good for you, but I have just never been able to get into them. They're beautiful though. I think they're fascinating, and I might even have beet seeds somewhere, but I just don't think I would take up gardening space with them because I just don't eat them. So this is a bull's blood. And then we have the chogia. I've had this one before, or I haven't now. The seeds, I can't remember. It's beautiful, like swirls of like red and white. And then there's the Crosby Egyptian. So they have some beautiful options. If you like beets, they are available. And here we have some more beets. We have a Cylindra. We have a Detroit Dark Red. We have an Early Wonder Tall Top. A Lutz Green Leaf, which says it's a winter keeper. That's good to know. And a 3-root Grex. Maybe has multiple colors in here. This one looks interesting. Open pollinated variety from a mix of beets with 2 shades of red and a really bright orange. Roots are 3 to 4 inches and round, while red roots are 3 to 4 inches and round, while orange roots are larger and more elongated. In our trials, we saw 61% dark red, 32 medium red, and 7% orange. All produce abundant, sweet, delicious greens. If I was going to pick a beet out of here, that's the one I would try, definitely. Alright, we have broccoli. I have never grown broccoli in my life, but my dad did when I was a kid. It may have just been 1 year that he did it. My mom really likes broccoli. So, here we have Calabrese. This is an Italian sprouting. Okay, interesting. De Sico. I don't know if that's how you would say that, but it looks interesting too. Looks like it has some big leaves. Nutribud, Umpqua, and Waltham. I'd really like to try growing broccoli rabe though. That's something that would be interesting, I think. And they do have one. They have a Sorrento. It is a spicier relative of broccoli used in Italian cooking, quicker to mature, best planted in spring and for fall. Maybe it doesn't do well in the heat, maybe it bolts. Space closer than regular broccoli, 4 to 6 inches apart. Harvesting for multiple harvests just as the flower buds are starting to open. Use knife or hand pruners to harvest the buds and several leaves below them. It will cross-pollinate with Chinese cabbage, turnips, and some rapeseed, which is canola. So, maybe plant it away from those things. Brussels sprouts. They have a really pretty red rhubarb here. They also have a catskill. I do not like Brussels sprouts. I have tried them. Everybody was like, you know what? They're delicious if you just, cut them. I think we cut them in half, toss them in some oil and some seasonings, and roast them. And I tried, guys. I did not care for them at all. So I have not had them since. It has been probably a decade or so. We have cabbage. Early cabbage. Early Jersey Wakefield. 64 days. Golden Acres, 62. Red cabbage. This is Red Acre, 76 days. I do like red cabbage. Late and winter cabbage, premium late flat Dutch. That's interesting. And a Savoy cabbage. avoid perfection. That's pretty. It's multicolored. If I was going to do one, though, I would do red acre purely because I prefer eating red cabbage. I just do. Alright, 76 days, round 6 to 7 inch, reddish brown purple heads, weigh about 3 pounds, adds a festive color to coleslaw. I put mine in salad. An excellent storage variety with resistance to cabbage yellows. Heads may sunburn in hot weather, so best for early spring and fall crops. Sounds like a good one. Here we have a celery and celeriac. I have never grown either, but I do use a lot of celery. So maybe I should sometime. We have a golden self-blanching celery. And then we have a large, smooth Prague celeriac. We also have a tall Utah celery, so it's 110 days. This one is self-blanching at 85 from transplant, so I guess you gotta start her up in the house. Compact celery with thick, tender, stringless stalks blanching to yellow, thick hearts of good quality. That would be my choice, most definitely. Ooh, carrots, my downfall. There's just too many pretty kinds, and I always want to get all of them. Alright, we have a cosmic purple, which, I mean, like, look at that. That's so gorgeous. We have Danvers, 126. We have an Imperator. It's a tender sweet. We have a Minicore, Nantus Fancy, Oxheart. These are like really thicker, round, stocky little dudes. Purple Dragon. Oh, those are just gorgeous. Saint Valerie's. We have a Scarlet Nantus and a Yellowstone. Alright, let's see. This is so stunning. This is 80 days. Beautiful regular size purple carrot bred by John Navazio. Bright orange or yellow interior, sweet, almost wild, spicy flavor, can be used just like any regular carrot. Good storage. Our favorite purple carrot with better flavor and more consistent color than cosmic purple. Oh, you know, that might be the winner. Oxheart, though. 90 days, thick, sweet oxheart shaped carrots, 5 to 6 inches long and 3 to 4 inches wide, weighing up to a pound. That is a lot of carrot. Give this one extra growing space. A good carrot choice for shallow or clay heavy soils. We do have clay heavy soils. And that most carrots don't like, and a good storage variety. You know, I think we could do 2 carrots. Easy. I think we're gonna do her and that one. Those sound really good. Like, really good. Oh, that Yellowstone's pretty too. Golly. Alright. Cauliflower. Never have grown cauliflower. Honestly, I don't eat a lot of it. There's a spring cauliflower, a fall cauliflower, snowball, self-blanching. So we do have some cauliflower. There's not a ton of options, which is fine with me because I do not plan on planting it anytime soon. We have open pollinated sweet corn. We have Ashworth, Aunt Mary's. Ooh, we have a black Mexican. That is beautiful. Like, that's really beautiful. We have hybrid sweet corns. We have Bodacious RM, sugary enhanced hybrid, and a Silver Queen normal sugary hybrid. I'm not gonna get it. I would skip those just personally. Oh, that's so pretty. We have a Country Gentleman, a Luther Hill, and a Painted Hill. Oh, colors. 75 to 80 days. Allen scapular from a stabilized cross of Painted Mountain flower corn and Luther Hill sweet corn. This beautiful, widely adapted, super hardy sweet corn is mostly white in its fresh stage, with some other colors before drying to its full range of colors. Short milk stage and not very sweet, but lots of old-timey corn flavor. Taller, 6 to 7 feet, and with much better cold soil tolerance than Luther Hill. 2+ ears per stalk, 7 to 8 inch ears with tight husks. Okay. Yeah. That right there, like, that's what we would be doing there. That just sounds too good to pass up. Alright, we have this one though. White in early milk stage, maturing to blackish blue, 76 days. 1864, despite its name, it appears to have originated in Upper New York and was probably derived from Iroquois black puckers. The name may have been given by a seed company trying to give novelty to its seed offerings. A practice not uncommon in the late 1800s, that is true. The kernels, white at milk stage, changed to bluish black in the late milk stage. Exceptional flavor. 5.5 foot plants, 7.5 and 1.5 inch ears. 7.5 by 1.5. Typically with 8 rows of kernels. Harvest several days before kernels show color to several days afterwards. Though adapted to New England, it does well as an early to mid-season crop further south. Okay, that does sound very, very interesting. I think that would be neat. Yeah, I need to harvest at different stages to kind of see what the differences are in flavor and usability. We have open pollinated sweet corn still. We have a Stoll's Evergreen and a Top Hat. Okay, we have, Dent, Flint, and Flower corn. So these are ones that you would have dry and you would grind them up for like flowers and things. Bloody Butcher, that is a very pretty color. Blue Claridge, that's pretty too. Ooh, Cherokee White Eagle. We have multicolored here, that's gorgeous. Cherokee White Flower, that's pretty. Floriani Red Flint, that's pretty too. And Hickory Cane, that's really interesting looking. I don't know. I really like this Cherokee White Eagle. I like the look of it. Blue and white, 110 days. A beautiful blue and white corn with a red cob. Occasionally, there will be an all blue ear. Some people can see the image of a white eagle in the kernels. 8 to 10 foot tall stalks, mostly 2 ears a stalk. 6 to 7 inch stocky ears. Okay, that's cool because you know I would be looking at every single one to see if I could also see a white eagle. So that could be fun. They have baby corn, but I don't know that I would want to grow baby corn. I really do like a good veggie stir fry. So Shire's baby sweet corn, 75 days. The little corn seen in Asian restaurants. Okay, well, there you go. 3 to 5 stalks per plant. 8 to 12 ears per stalk. 2 to 3 inch long ears. Harvest soon after the silk emerges within 5 days. So you gotta stay on top of this one. To stimulate the formation of more ears. Planting. Same spacing as other corn. Easy to grow as corn earworms don't have time to do damages, and corn smut is rarely a problem. If you don't know what corn smut is, it is a growth that can be on some ears of corn. Some people think it's a delicacy and like to eat it. I have personally never experienced it. If dried on the plants, ears can be used for popcorn I wonder how tiny that popcorn would be. Alright, this sounds fun. Yeah, I like that. That sounds delightful. Alright, more corn. We have Hickory King. Ooh, Kentucky Rainbow. Look at all the colors. Analo Orange Flint. That's actually lovely. Neil's Paymaster. Pungo Creek Butcher. Beautiful colors again. Reed's Yellow Dent. That's pretty. That just kind of looks like something, your grandpa would pick in his garden. Tennessee Red Corn. This looks like a white kernel with a red, oh, my words just completely left me. Husk. Thompson Prolific Yellow. That's really pretty. And a Tuxpeño. Those are pretty too. They have like color variation in each. Okay, I'm in trouble. I don't have room for all this corn. Alright, I'm leaning towards the Kentucky Rainbow. 110 days, selected and bred since 2001 by Susanna, I'd say Susanna, but Lean of Salamander Springs Farm in Berea, Kentucky. Its progenitor, Damon Morgan's Kentucky Butcher, was grown by generations of Damon Morgan's family in Leslie County, Eastern Kentucky. Introduced 2009 by SE Beautiful Multicolored, huge ears, up to 14 inches long, on sturdy 12 to 18 foot stalks, 1 to 2 ears per stalk, 10 to 14 rows per ear, some all red and all blue ears, along with an array of purple, white, and striped orange kernels. This variety's ancestors include Bloody Butcher and many other corns crossed over the decades to create an immensely productive, drought-tolerant, hardy dent corn, good for sweet roasting, ears, and gorgeous, delicious cornmeal. Ooh, y'all. I'm telling you, these seed companies see me coming. Alright, what do we have? Ooh, gourd seed corn. We got some cucumbers, popcorn. Hey, my kids love popcorn. Cherokee long ear small. That's these gorgeous little ones right here. And we have a Dakota Black. There she is. We have a Dynamite, which is right here. And then a Pennsylvania butter flavored. That sounds really interesting. Alright. White 102 days. Pre-1885 heirloom popcorn maintained by the Pennsylvania Dutch. Introduced in 1988 by SESE. Flavor is superior to commercial popcorn. Produces white kerneled ears, averaging 2 per an 8-foot stalk. 4 to 6 inch ears with 26 to 28 rows of kernels. 1.5 to 1.25 inches at the behind, tapering to 1 inch at the tip. Okay, that sounds delicious. But this is really pretty. So, Cherokee long ear small. This one is rainbow and 100 days. This is 102, so really about the same. Seed stock from Maryland Needens, combining several strains of long-eared Cherokee popcorn sent by Carl Barnes of Turpin, Oklahoma. Carl has helped save many of the Cherokee corns that came west over the Trail of Tears. Small kerneled variety makes surprisingly large pops, yielding for a low hull corn ratio. Oh, that's really important, actually. Great flavor, highly ornamental. 5 to 7 inch ears have many shiny colors, including red, blue, orange, white, and yellow. 6 to 8 foot plants. You know how to handle this. We get both. Don't mind that. But we get both, and then we plant both, and then you see which one you like better. And then you save seeds and do it the next year. All right, we have cucumbers starting over here. I like cucumbers. My children love cucumbers. Have you ever put cucumbers on a sandwich? Just slice them up, put them on a sandwich with, you do a mayo, little salt, little pepper's not bad. I like to put some cucumbers with my tomatoes on my tomato sandwiches. All right, this is an Ashley. And this is a green finger. I have a lemon. Oh, those are cute. And a market more. Oh boy. And we have a lot over here too. These are slicing cucumbers. So these are more that you would grow to just eat fresh versus like pickle or something. So 58 days, 56 days. Green fingers. Are these little then? A great new cuke from Cornell. Crisp, mild, thin-skinned, beta alpha type. Medium-sized cukes with dark green skins. Very productive. Nicely consistent fruits. Bred for multiple disease resistance, including powdery mildew resistance. Enjoy them right off the vine as you stroll through your garden, or in a salad, or pickled, or as an addition of crisp freshness in your cool summer drink. Okay, you know, that just sounds delightful. Doesn't that just sound delightful? Alright, we got a pickling cucumber over here. I am not going to mess with pickling cucumbers, to be fair. I'm just not going to do it. My mom did it a ton when I was growing up, and I think I just got it all out of my system. This is a Poinsett 76. These are, again, more the slicing cucumbers. Straight 8. Ooh. Shintong Kiwa, maybe? Correct me if you know how to say that properly. Ooh, a Space Master. A Sutolong. A White Heron. I just don't know how much I would enjoy eating white cucumber. I feel like when the colors are different in things like cucumbers and melons and all of those things, the flavor does change. Part of the flavor is the color, and so in layman's terms, I just don't know if I would like that. That's really cute. I don't see any I wish I could think of the name of the cucumber, but there is a type of cucumber that's just delicious, and I don't see one here. Not that there's anything wrong with these, but I think I would just stick with green finger for now. And then again, I'm not going to probably mess with pickling cucumbers because I'm just not going to pickle them. Eggplants. Okay, I'm going to be real honest. Eggplants are absolutely beautiful. I have literally never eaten one in my entire life. I don't think I would like the texture cooked. So these are gorgeous. But we're gonna skip over here to garlic, which who doesn't love some good garlic? Okay, so hardneck garlic. The bonus for me is you get garlic scapes. The downside is you don't braid it. Soft neck is really fun because you can braid them. We did soft neck when we have grown garlic, and we did these beautiful garlic braids, and it was super fun. So that's nice, but it could be fun to have some scapes too. Chestnut red. German extra hardy, music, oh those are beautiful, and a Romanian red. Okay, music, porcelain, extremely large cloves, about 4 to 6 per bulb, sized over 2 inches. Music is vigorous and productive with a nice, rich, pungent flavor. Okay, that might be the winner. Romanian red is also a porcelain. It is large, plump cloves numbering 4 to 5 per bulb. In fertile soil, the bulb wrappers are white, otherwise white with splashes of purple. Bulbs are easy to clean, very attractive, and have excellent longevity and storage. Ooh. Flavor is pungent and long-lasting. I was really leaning that way, but I like a long-storing garlic. Alright, so hard neck, we're choosing the Romanian red. Soft neck for braiding. We have a California early. And, okay, I've grown this before and I still can't figure out how to say it. Ancelium and Chilium red. We also have a silver rose over here. That could be fun. Silver rose, beautiful rose-colored cloves with smooth white wrapper skins. Excellent variety for southern garlic growers. Keeps up to a year in ideal storage conditions. The mild, smooth flavor is welcome in any dish. Larger bulbs than mild French silver skin, great for braiding. Okay, y'all. She's the one. She is the one. Although, the first year I planted garlic, I just bought a variety pack, and that was really fun too. But when we harvested, I had no idea what any of them were because naturally I completely forgot by the time we got there because we plant in November, like late October, early November, and then you don't harvest until July of the following year. So by then, I did not remember and I had not taken good notes. Gourds. Oh, my downfall. You don't really eat gourds. They're just like ornamental or fun, and yeah. So they take up a lot of space. This is the problem. If you don't have the space, you want to be growing food in that space. Gourds are kind of a tricky thing, but they are fun. Okay, here we go. Loofah. Loofah is the one that I would say is worth taking up the space because you get a natural sponge, and you can eat a young loofah, but you get a natural sponge. You can use it for like in place of a washcloth or like one of those plasticky sponges, that you get at the store, or you can use it in the kitchen to wash dishes. And once it wears out, you know what? It is compostable. So loofahs are very, very cool. I like loofahs. So, Ridge, this is a Chinese, we jumped over into some kind of okra over here. We're going to pop back up here. Loofah, vegetable sponge, dishcloth gourd. That's what we want. 65 days for edible fruits, 150 days for sponges. And these plants get huge, and viney, so you got to give them some space because they're going to be there for a while. The young gourds are edible and make great zucchini substitute. Best eaten at 1 inch in diameter or less, so very young, smaller plants. Mature, dark green, 14 to 24 inch fruits may be retted or soaked in water to soften while the soft tissue breaks down. Once retting is complete, they are cleaned and ready to use as sponges or filters. Vines have pretty bright yellow flowers. Like that is what we want right there. Okay, fantastic. Ooh, greens. Ooh, I get lost in here. All right. Amaranth. They have a callaloo. That is not the amaranth I would personally prefer. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it. That's just not the one that I would want. And these are unusual heat tolerant greens. So yes, you can eat the leaves on amaranth. They also have these beautiful like seed, they're not pods, they're like these beautiful, my words are going. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely beautiful. You can harvest the seeds and you can cook them. You can actually pop them and make little air popped amaranth. They're tiny, but they're beautiful and very useful plant. They usually get pretty big, but they don't have the kind that I would prefer, which is fine. Orach, never had orach. Tried to grow orach one year, didn't go well. Summer spinach, chicory, and radicchio. Chinese cabbage and Asian greens. I just don't really eat them, to be completely frank. collards are on page 22. So the next page, red Malabar spinach. I have seeds for that already. I just haven't planted them. And honestly, I just see anything on this page that I really want. More collards. They're beautiful, but I don't eat them. I just don't eat them. But if you like collard greens, they have a ton of options. Some really, really beautiful looking ones. So if that is your jam, they've got it. You skipped a whole page, guys. Kale. Ooh, okay. There is one. I'm hoping, do they have it? Okay, they do not have my favorite kale, but red Russian kale. Okay, we planted some, like not a lot. I planted them in bags actually, and it was so prolific. And then when we stopped picking it, and I thought it was just dead. No, it popped right back up the next spring, and then so many seeds. I still have a baggie full of like it's like that deep with seeds. It's incredible. So the red Russian, 40 days, beautiful plants grow 2 foot tall. Ours were taller than 2 feet. Mild, tender leaves have purple-pink veins, slightly tinged with purple on the margins. In cold weather, the leaves turn reddish-purple and are very attractive. It's less cold hardy than most kales. Still, it was amazing. Like, you want some prolific kale? That was very prolific for us. Parsley. I have some parsley seeds. Honestly, I have a lot of seeds. Dark green Italian. I really don't have a preference with my parsley. I just pick whatever randomly. So none of those are calling my name. Spinach. That's really pretty. We have a red giant, old-fashioned ragged edge, Beaster family heirloom, early Mizuna, ruby streaks, and that's really pretty. Oh, tatsoi. Yeah, I planted some of that one year in a kiddie pool, which they work fine, but my allergies got the best of me and I just didn't get out and get it watered like I should, so I didn't actually get to harvest anything from it. Unfortunately, it's supposed to be very, very cold hardy. 43 days, rosettes of thick dark green oval-shaped leaves with mild mustard flavor. The most cold hardy, commonly available mustard. Very attractive, good for all seasons, and long-lasting, excellent for stir-fry or salads. That is a good one in my opinion. That one right there. I like that one. I'm not saying anything that I am just so enamored with. They do have some really lovely options, so honestly. Swiss chard. I think I've never had Swiss chard. The way that it's cooked and everything generally, it's just not my jam. But Swiss chard, I would do maybe, I don't know, microgreens. That could be fun. They do have some good options. A berries, Ford Hook giant, that sounds fun. A lucullus, perpetual spinach, interesting. Prismatic rainbow, okay, well, ruby red, that's beautiful. It's rhubarb chard, okay. Kohlrabi, not my jam. I have tried to grow an early purple Vienna. Didn't actually end up getting anything. Totally my fault, I am 100% sure, but just not that interested in it, honestly. Leeks. Yeah, no. Lettuce. Ooh, lettuce is good me. Okay, I can do this. Don't need all the lettuce, don't need all the lettuce, don't need all the lettuce. Butter crunch. Oh, okay. I love butter crunch lettuce. It is delicious. Absolutely delicious. We have a Capitan Crawford. That's pretty. You've got some coloration there. A speckled bib. Oh, that's pretty. Alright, 43 days. A great tasting lettuce for any seasons. Holds longer in the heat than slow bolt or butter crunch. Yet still grows quickly in cool weather. Attractive light green leaves are spotted with red dots. Crispy heads often self-blanch in this. Okay. There we go. I really... Susan's red bib. Tom Thumb. It's another one I tried to grow one year and it just like literally nothing came up, like 0. And so I don't know what happened, if the seeds just weren't good or what. It's a 48-day space-saving miniature butterhead. Apple-sized heads can be used whole in individual salads. Tender leaves are medium green and crumpled, popular in some restaurants. I still really want that to grow. It just sounds yummy. Yugoslavian red, that's gorgeous. This is a buttercos lettuce. Lots of lettuces. Most companies have a ton of lettuces. I'm telling you, there's so many options. The grocery store just has like a tiny fraction of the available lettuces out there, and they are varied in flavor and texture. And don't get me started. We will be here all day talking about lettuce. All right, romaine. I love romaines. This is a Cosmo. This is a, oh dear, I'm not going to be able to say that. Forellen Schluss, I'm probably better off if I don't try to say it. This is a Jericho. That's adorable. Kalura. Matan Jaguar. Outrageous. Somebody probably chuckled when they named that. Paris Island Cos. Queensland. Ooh, she pretty. Rouge de Hiver. That's gorgeous. Sweet Valentine. Alright, 55 days. Sweetest lettuce we offer. Ooh, good summer variety. Heads stay mild even when plants have bolted. The extremely deep red leaves are slightly smaller than other Cos varieties. You know what? That sounds amazing. That is the one tricky thing with lettuce, is when it gets too hot, the lettuce bolts and it tends to go bitter. And so it's really a cooler weather crop, or you can plant it underneath other things that kind of shade it, that help with the heat. But even still, in the hot part of summer, I feel like it just doesn't taste good and I don't like it. Crisp head and Bavarian lettuces. And then we're going to go with that. Aloma and Equanian. A loose leaf lettuce. Black-seeded Simpson, that's a pretty common one that you'll see like everywhere. I think even Walmart has that one. We have a bronze arrow, that's really neat looking. Sierra, tennis ball, nice little one. Deer tongue, that doesn't sound very appetizing, but it's probably good. Drunken woman, who names these lettuces? Drunken woman, 55 days, gorgeous. Bright green leaves with ruffled, almost fringed edges in deep bronze. Crisp texture, very beautiful with sweet taste and slow to bolt. I feel like that would just be fun, take a nice lettuce salad, a green salad to a potluck. And if anyone compliments you, be like, yeah, that's my drunken woman lettuce. Is it delicious? I just feel like that would be interesting to see their faces. Red Sails looks really pretty. Red salad bowl, regular salad bowl, Simpson Elite. That's over here. Thai oak leaf, sword leaf, slow bolt, lettuce mix. Oh, golly, guys. I'm telling you, you'll see me coming. Ooh. Melons. I love me some melons, especially watermelon. All right. We have a delicious 51 Eden Gem. Those are cute. Edisto. Hale's Best. Ice cream. Green Machine. Green Flesh. That is pretty green. I mean, yeah. 79 days. 1998. Bred by Marilyn Needon. Okay. I feel like this lady's been in here before. Cross between Jenny Lind and Kansas. Melons make a perfect bowl for a scoop of ice cream. Sweet 2-pound fruit on compact vine. Fruits slip the vine when ripe. That's nice. Also known as green machine for the large number of melons mix. Okay, that actually sounds really interesting. I truly have never even considered putting ice cream with my cantaloupe. Has never crossed my mind. So, and I don't think I would do it, but that sounds good. It is interesting. There's a Kansas, Noir de Carmes, Old Time Tennessee. That's beautiful. Again, it looks like your grandpa would pick it out of his garden and bring it in for you. Pike, Top Mark, and a trifecta. Let's go back up over here. It's a salmon flesh, 95 day. Large oval-shaped fruits, 12 to 16 inches long, average 12 pounds, must be harvested at peak ripeness before full slip, and not a good keeper. That's unfortunate. But flavor can be outstanding. Some gardeners say there is no better melon if you harvest at the right time. One gardener reports that the melons are so fragrant he can find them in the dark. Good downy mildew resistance. Golly, they see me coming. All right. Just sounds too good to pass up. And here they have some beautiful varieties of okra. Like, they're just stunning. I don't eat okra. I have tried to eat okra. I do not like okra. It is just a weird texture thing for me. But if you like okra, oh goodness, yes. If you like okra, they've got okra. Beautiful. Ooh, onions. Oh, such a debate. So you can do onion sets, little onion plants, or onion seeds. Obviously, seeds take longer. I have yet to dive into seeds yet, but I would like to. Let's see, we have an Australian brown, a Granix hybrid, a New York early, red Weathersfield, Rosa di Milano, Texas Early Grand, Walla Walla Sweet. I've heard very good things about that. And a Yellow of Parma. Also very good things about that. And I like this one. 110 days. Brought to Parma, Italy in 1896 by a seedsman from nearby Pavia. Large white globes with golden skin. Excellent storage variety. One of the best in our 2011 onion trials. Yeah, I have heard very good things. Then we have some bunching onions, which are fine, but if I'm going to do a smaller onion, I will do a walking onion. I had walking onions, and they were fantastic, and then, I don't know, they just, all of a sudden, they did not make it, probably through me neglecting them a bit. I don't think I want to mess with shallots, honestly. Just not my jam. Alright, parsnips. I've never had a parsnip. I've wanted to have a parsnip. I've heard good things about parsnips, and they have them at the grocery store. Why I haven't had them, I don't know. Oh, look, they have the Egyptian walking onions over here. Walking onions are fascinating. So the plants, they're not a big onion, but the plants will grow up and form like a seed head on them, and then they will, with over time, with weight, they'll bend back over and self-plant, hence walking. They kind of, so, I think they're amazing. And you can, like, plant a bed and just kind of let them do their thing over time, and you just keep getting these onions. So are they like a big onion? No, they're a little bitty, but it doesn't matter. They're delicious. So Egyptian walking onions, tree onions, cool. Small reddish green aerial bulbils that fall over and root as they mature. Walking across the garden. Green onions, edible bulbils, and small ingrown bulbs make onions all year once established. Yes. Heirloom white Egyptian walking onions, prolific producers of small sweet white shallot-like bulbs with tender greens, as well as the namesake aerial bublets, which can be planted where desired or left to fall over and sprout in place, thus eventually walking around the garden. I like these. They're just pretty. They're just pretty. So we're gonna do that. All right. Peas. Oh, love me some good peas. All right. We have an Amish snap pea, and we have a sugar Ann, which is a dwarf. Sugar Ann, 56 days. 1984 AAS winner. Extra early, crisp, flavorful, 3-inch snap peas, compact 2-foot vines. Don't require trellising. Ooh. Okay, they say that, but sometimes you still need a trellis. Also good for fall crop. Freezes well. Ooh. That sounds promising. Amish snap, 62 days. Amish heirloom predates the more recent sugar snap varieties. Tall vines have excellent quality and very sweet flavor. Vigorous vines yield many medium-sized deep green pods. Ooh. They both sound good. What to do? Let's have a sugar snap tall. 70-day, 1979 AAS winner. The best flavor snap pea, 3-inch pods on 6 to 8 foot vines. Tolerant of pea wilt, but not powdery mildew. That's unfortunate. Highly recommended. You know, they might still be fine. They might still not get powdery mildew. It might be fine. Alright. Shelling English peas. Green Arrow dwarf. Little Marvel and a Wando dwarf. Green Arrow I have looked at before, and that would be my choice. This is 68 days, English heirloom. This favorite variety for home gardeners produces loads of 4 to 5-inch pods full of plump, sweet, dark green peas on 30-inch plants. Double pods set heavily at the top of the plant for easy picking. Excellent fresh flavor. Holds well for canning and freezing. Resists wilt and mildew. Yes, please. All right, now. I think we are going to go ahead and put a pause here. I need to go feed some animals, and I think we will come back and start from here. Southern peas or cow peas next time, so I hope you will join me. What was your favorite? Did you have a favorite that you spotted that you liked? Do you have a favorite variety of one of these that's not in here? I would love to hear about it. So I will talk to y'all later next time we go through our gardening catalog. Bye.